Hello guys and welcome to the ProDota Cup by Smashcast TV. We are here in the last match of the day between Team Wolf and Midas Club Elite. A best of two that will determine who can get those two valuable points, or maybe just one of them, and move on to the next part of the group stages with a smile on their face. But of course, before we do get so, let's a little message from our sponsors, XBet, the guys who gladly make this tournament possible. They offer live betting on all ProDota Cup matches, offering the best odds and the highest payouts. Win with XBet, use bonus code BOUNTYX, deposit and get €100 free. That said, guys, and now moving on into the draft. But before we do so, my name is DSwordfish. I'll be your caster for today, and as always, I'll be joined by Vätte. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello everyone, and I'm glad to see Midas Club Elite running such an old combination of a Doxia plus Ricky. Great opening, yet I'm surprised to see Winter Wyvern from side of a Team Wolf. We already saw Winter Wyvern previously today, and it was working out quite nicely, at least in one of the games. It was very efficient. Yet, Winter Wyvern, Spirit Breaker, a lot of lane control, but I'm afraid the Spirit Breaker will have to chill on the easy lane, because when you're playing against Doxy and Ricky, you can't really leave your carry alone, especially a support alone, such as Winter Wyvern, who got no escape mechanism, and the only one possible got a 50-second cooldown on level 1.
That is true, but regardless, we have seen this combination before. It was actually by the same guys as Unknown? Yeah. And it was Wolf as well. Remember when we were casting the Unknown game, I mentioned the combination has been seen before. It was specifically Wolf. It's the second time they run it already in this tournament. Or third time, maybe even. They just go for the huge lane domination. It's particularly powerful combo if you combine it with most anything, because this secures the lanes for you, so it actually opens up a draft by a lot. Midas Club Elite going for something that's a bit different, going for a lot of team fight in the mid game together with a Darkseer plus this Ricky combination. Maybe not the most common combination, but a smoke screen plus a vacuum is really easy to execute, and it offers a great silence for the whole enemy team, of course. Now we'll see what Wolf can pick up here. Nature's Prophet seems to be their pick. The offlane Nature's Prophet, most likely.
Maybe, but we saw sometimes tri-lanes with Nature's Prophet. I'm not sure if it is the case here. Nature's Prophet grants some kind of a global presence for the Team Wolf, so they already got a Spirit Breaker plus Nature's Prophet appearing anywhere on the map, so it will be pretty hard to survive. But from side of a Midas Club Elite, they got a Ricky, who will give a lot of information about where the opponents are, and as I already mentioned before, you can't really leave your carry alone. So Team Wolf can go for one of the two options. They either commit Spirit Breaker on the Winter Wyvern on the top lane, and they should try to kill Ricky level 1 with the sentry and charge and like slow and these all kind of things, because most likely that's how you're winning a lane against the Doxy or Ricky, because unless they're dying super early, they keep on snowballing with this. And Winter Wyvern is fairly slow. Ricky with Orb of Venom and Iron Shell, for example, will be such a pain for her. Or Wolf can go for some kind of a hero who will be able to stand against Doxia plus Ricky, but the question is, which kind of a hero may that be? They can go for aggressive trial lane in the offlane. For example, Nature's Prophet will stand on the top, with the possibility to go jungle later on, but he's still fairly vulnerable to all this damage from their side. So I personally can't really come up with a hero who deals with Doxia Ricky easily, especially alone.
It really could just be Nature's Prophet. I think that might be. Put him as a solo, like you said, in the top lane. Say Darkseer Ricky's probably going to lane together in a dual lane, because that's what you do. And then run something with an aggressive tri-lane, like to perhaps, what else could like those kind of heroes. And then just later on, Nature's Prophet should be able to deal with Darkseer Ricky. Not alone necessarily, but can go to the jungle, like you mentioned. And in the early game, you shouldn't have much trouble, because the Iron Shell is not that strong. And then after they get some levels in the aggressive tri lane, you can get Winter Wyvern and Spirit Breaker to rotate to help them out. Would not be a bad idea. I think that's an initial thought of yours was a good one. Midas Club Elite going Vengeful Spirit now, a pick we don't see very often or at all. The support or carry.
I would actually think that maybe with the Vengeful Spirit they get a pretty good possibility to push Wolf super early on. Maybe it will be some kind of a minus armor strat. Will be pretty neat. They got a potential Guardian Greaves builder, for example, aka Darkseer, and if they will pick some kind of heroes which fit their theme, and Venge, for example, will be carry, and Venge is actually not that weak as most of us think. It's still a decent carry, in my opinion. Obviously, there are better ones, but wow, Bloodseeker from side of a Team Wolf, and Bloodseeker is one of those heroes who actually manages to stand against the Darkseer. There is not that much being mentioned, but he got a pretty good sustain from his side with the Blood Rage, and quite often I saw even a one-on-one lanes Bloodseeker against Darkseer. But we shouldn't forget that there is also Ricky there, and double Iron Shell probably not the thing with which Bloodseeker will be able to deal on his own. But that's why he got a Winter Wyvern plus Spirit Breaker. But I'm not sure of the usefulness for Winter Wyvern as a support on this lane, to be honest.
No, you can still harass him. I think it's more harassment.
Yeah, but harassing once in 50 seconds in the very beginning is a questionable thing. Plus, your safe mechanism for yourself and your teammates is a Cold Embrace, but from side of a Midas Club Elite, there is a double Iron Show, which is pretty not that good. And I'm seeing Puck from side of a Midas Club Elite. Most likely it's going to be a mid lane. Question is, what's their carry? Maybe some kind of a Ursa or Troll as a classic follow-up, maybe Razor even, because both Troll and Ursa rely on moving around a lot, and Bloodseeker kinda count as this kind of a melee heroes.
I mean, it could still be fucking as vengeful if that was so inclined. Doesn't seem like... I mean, that's still always an option. They banned the CK, which have been really good against Bloodseeker, but other heroes are decent against Bloodseeker. Not that many, actually. A very versatile hero. Of course, like you mentioned, Troll and Ursa are kind of out of the picture for the most part. Maybe... I can't...
Well, probably one more support and run with the Vengeful Spirit carry.
Perhaps Razor? Razor wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Razor is probably the... comes to... Lycan is also not that bad, because Lycan usually has enough HP to withstand all the damage.
Yeah, and we actually completely forgot Lycan, and with Vengeful Spirit there is decent 5-man potential for them. And this hero quite fits the theme, which personally I see at least in Midas Club Elite now. They will just 5-man and probably... Wow! Lord Druid. Well, also a feral creature. Yet...
It's close enough. They both have like wolves and bears and stuff.
Yeah, also decent pushing potential, but Lone Druid probably will be able to zone out Bloodseeker. Plus, he got here, he got roots, a lot of control. Not that mobile, but still fairly fast. Not as fast as Lycan, but still quite good. Spirit Breaker most likely won't be a threat, and that's a global ult strat from Wolf. Zeus plus Bloodseeker. I haven't seen this combo for quite a while, but in my opinion, it's one of the most nasty ones which you have ever seen.
Yeah, not only Zeus but Bloodseeker. It's Zeus, Bloodseeker, Nature's Prophet, huh? With Blood Rage at max level, you can actually give Blood Rage to 2 targets and for the full duration. That being Zeus and Nature's Prophet. So you use the Thunder God's Wrath and of course that Wrath of Nature. And it sounds like a stupid thing because it is definitely a cheese trap, but it's really powerful. Especially with a Blood Rage, you're probably able to kill most of these heroes. And look at the enemy team. I mean, Puck, not particularly a strong, or not particularly the highest HP. Lone Druid, as long as he's not in the true form, he's not able to withstand that combo. Vengeful Spirit, really low HP. Ricky, really low HP. Even if Thunder God's Wrath misses, because obviously he'll be invisible, he'll still be revealed and can be charged anyway. And Darkseer does scale well, so he's probably going to be able to withstand this. But Wolf has a really nice lineup. Good lane control in general as well. The Zeus is able to usually beat the lane against Puck. And of course, there's Spirit Breaker, Winter Wyvern to gank constantly to ensure that these lanes work well for them. I gotta admit, seeing this final pick, I'm gonna go with the Wolf cheese strat.
Well, I would still prefer Midas Club Elite because I really like their idea behind it. And if they will be able to secure farm for Lone Druid, they're going to be all right.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. The Lone Druid, as long as they can have some decent lanes with them, and they do have some good laners with Vengeful Spirit and Ricky, you should be able to still push enough towers with them, and you do have a good amount of team fight and space creation with a Puck, which is really useful. Because these guys of Midas Club Elite can easily play a 4 protect 1 strategy, with the Vengeful Spirit, Ricky, Darkseer, Puck, and just let Lone Druid farm in the very early stages of the game. Meaning that you can obviously come out of the jungle per se, or with the Lone Druid with Midas, Radiance, and pushing towers really quickly. And Bloodseeker is not the best here to deal with Lone Druid due to his high HP. Ripshire is okay, but it's not that great. He's probably going to go for a Sanjay Yasha build here, snaking. I would not be surprised. Okay.
So we will see a Nature's Prophet in the offlane. He already summoned a couple of Treants to scout out situation in front of him. Probably he will send one to the bounty run of the opponents and check around mid lane, probably. So actually Ricky starts in the bottom. He got 2 observer wards on him and a sentry. So he will run around a bit, place wards, and probably rotate to the top lane after that. And it feels like snaking will be left alone against Darkseer on the top lane. Decent matchup, I must admit, but do you really want to go on the bounty run from this? Oh, Small got revealed. They get a sentry ward. Well, will they give it a shot? They know that Ricky is somewhere around there, obviously, but Theoliker gets scared and now he's running away. Meanwhile, they're rotating to the bottom and they will contest for the bounty rune. Well, no bounty runes for the Midas Club Elite except for the top one, which actually Lelis wants to get.
Against Darkseer a bit hard. Darkseer can withstand a lot of damage. Snaking will take that rune. In the bottom lane, though, the engagement starts as the Nature's Prophet is being slowed down slightly by the Poison Orb. He should be able to make it out of here alive for now. Eats a tree, starts healing up, and Dealy Code, with only level 1 invisibility, shouldn't go too far, as they can still punish him. But see, this is the same issue we had last game. Why Sentry over Dust? The Dust, like when the smoke got revealed, could have maybe killed the Ricky, but again, that Sentry. Not that effective, and Mario actually just went in, tried to kill the courier, and instead just goes for Carlin. And this is the best thing. He actually put a ward down, but this is the least obvious ward possible for you in terms of did he put it down or not. However, the position is terrible considering there's a Ricky down in this. Obviously, Ricky's going to put a sentry at some point.
What's pretty interesting, now Carlin got 100 gold. Additionally, if he didn't use a Tango, it would have been granted more regen for him. On the lane against Zeus, he already started with the magic wand, and on the bottom lane, it doesn't feel like Lone Druid got much issues to deal with a Spirit Breaker plus Nature's Prophet. And what's interesting, I'm questioning why the Spirit Breaker is on the bottom lane now. Nature's Prophet is a sweet kill. They got a stun on Vengeful Spirit, and Theoliker is already there, but these Treants, 4 Treants actually deal so much damage to fucking A using the Salve. Well, that's why I guess the Spirit Breaker is there. Nature's Prophet is pretty good as an offlaner, not only because you got a lot of good attack animation, you can TP anywhere, but what's the most important, that a lot of supports can't really deal with these Treants, especially when you time it perfectly and you got 4 in the same time. If there is some kind of a poor Crystal Maiden who doesn't have that much of a movement speed or Rubik, well, they will lose a lot of HP.
Yeah, but in this case, that's not the case. The support you have in this case, the Vengeful, is a bit tankier, better to deal with these kind of engagements. And the Spirit Breaker Nature's Prophet lane, the only issue I see with this dual lane is that, yes, you are securing a decent lane for Nature's, but at the same time, the Spirit Breaker is kind of taking away his XP, and that is really important early on, so you can get those early levels of Sprout and of course teleportation, and really reduce the cooldown teleportation in Nature's Call, so you can use it much more often, of course, and you can gank more efficiently. The only thing that's working out about this is at least you're forcing the support to stay there, meaning it's a 1 versus 1 engagement in the mid lane. And despite Puck's magic wand, the Zeus should start pulling ahead as the levels start rolling in. And you can see Carlin struggling to match the Zeus's damage.
Oh, Winter Wyvern is already there, destroying illusions for Carlin. Only 1 bottle charge left. He still got illusory orb, yet he's being charged. Ryle scaring him away. Nah, most likely Puck is going to be fine. He's trapping himself in the trees. Question is, will they commit? No, Spirit Breaker still scared to go that deep. Meanwhile, on the bottom, Nature's Prophet is having no issues at all, and Snake King on top lane, well, he's doing completely fine. He's on top of a net worth now, and it doesn't feel like Lelis is any kind of a threat for him.
No, it really isn't. It seems like he's dealt with his lane perfectly fine. We were talking about this in the drafting phase, right? Darkseer plus Ricky, yes, strong. against Bloodseeker. Maybe a threat. Darkseer alone, not strong enough for Bloodseeker. He's even maxing Blood Rage, which is not the most common of builds. Usually you either max Thirst, or even some people have started maxing Blood right nowadays. But the Blood Rage, at least 2 points in it, it gives you enough sustain to constantly use it as well, and to withstand this constant harassment by the Darkseer. And 2 points is very important, because that means perpetual Blood Rage, as it's 10-second cooldown, 10-second duration, right, to deal with this Darkseer harassment.
Yeah. Actually a pretty good idea for him. Nature's Prophet still level 2 against the level 4 on the Darkseer, but well, Nature's Prophet can participate in any kind of kills on the map anytime. Meanwhile, look at the Mario. He's almost actually killing Lilith, yet he's surging away, stealing Bounty Rune. This Winter Wyvern is a one annoying dragon.
Yeah, you underestimated in the draft, huh? Seems like the R2 burn is worse than you thought. 50-second cooldown, but man, is he doing a lot with it.
Well, I guess it's all about the way Midas Elite actually plays their lanes, because, let's be honest, this Ricky serves literally no purpose now. He didn't do much on the lane against the Nature's Prophet, probably. He harassed him a little bit, and imagine how much there could be there. Oh, meanwhile, here comes the charge in the top lane.
They go on to Lilith. They don't have the Rupture, but they do have... Ooh, that Nature's Prophet decides not to TP in the end. I mean, they can't get that kill. Did he have Sprout on him? He did not, so it was... Oh, he could have actually leveled it up. Yeah, so he had Sprout by the time he could have gone up to Lilith. However, your carry is melee, so you really can't go into the Sprout without sacrificing the Sprout itself. I understand, not to want to sacrifice too much farm. And Snaking is almost dying, actually. These creeps, but with the Blood Rage, you'll be able to heal back up, take the Iron Shoal anyway. Blood Rage does amplify a lot the damage the Iron Shoal deals onto you. And in the end, Snaking is still maxing Thirst in the mid lane. They're going to go onto Brile, but Brile still has a lot of damage. Mango, you can eat it, but not going to choose to do so just yet. They get the first blood onto this man as they now TP to the mid lane. In comes MJW with the help of a charging Space Cow. They're going to find Teolikor. Do they have dust for him? Yes, they do. So Teolikor will die first, and Snaking running in with the Thirst. His tongue is out, and he's smelling the blood, but he is unable to clean up anything, as the Puck is a bit too dangerous a target to go on when he's level 6 already.
Well... this Bloodseeker may be actually a real threat here, so we already saw Ricky, which got personally done fairly easy. A lot of physical damage, and Brile shows off his Thunder's God Breath. So it's not only about boosting Zeus, for example, with the Blood Rage, but also about with the vision from the Thunder's God Wraith into the Wraith of Nature, and then bam! Then first, yeah, on the Bloodseeker, bullet of the Formula 1, running super fast, destroying everyone, but there is a surge. There is mischance with the Cloud from the smoke screen on Ricky.
Oh, right.
Plus there is Puck, plus there is Venge with the swaps and all this kind of things. So I'm not sure if actually Bloodseeker will be able to be that successful, and his first item going to be Blade Mail. That's an interesting choice, but there is plenty of AoE damage from their side. Plus, when you're getting Blade Mail, you don't want to get hit. Like, you want others to hit you, obviously, but from side of a Midas Club, probably people will try to ignore Bloodseeker, and actually favors him quite well. So the primary targets here probably Zeus, try to kill him as soon as possible, so he won't deal that much of a damage. After that, probably Winter Wyvern, and also Nature's Prophet is a very easy kill. Others are probably being ignored or hard to kill, like a Spirit Breaker. He got a lot of HP plus a bit of armor plus charge. Meanwhile, on top lane.
Yeah, Snaking gets the silence off. He has to be careful. There's a little Rupture available. Let's hear that sound. Let's hear the Rupture go. Lelis already TPs, but Peko, oh, the support left alone. He doesn't have a TP. He just kind of accepts his death. Watches as the Spirit Breaker just jumps right to his face and destroys him. And just on that note, by the way, I think the Blade Mail here, more than also, of course, like the typical build for Bloodseeker, partially is also the amount of area damage that Midas Club Elite has. I don't think they can not attack him. He should be fine. I don't think they can prevent attacking. The Radiance on the Lone Druid, the Puck with his damage in general, Darkseer as well. It might be hard evading him and not attacking him while he has Blade Mail on. He's going to deal a lot of damage to you. That's
also very important. He's playing against the minus armor from Vengeful Spirit.
That's true.
Yeah. So the Chainmail grants you additional 5 armors, which is not that bad. maximum armor reduction by the Vengeful Spirit is 6, and most of the Avengers are going for the maxing out magic missile. So Snaking won't drop that low, plus he got a very decent gain of Agi. He already got 8 armor, and that's quite a bit, I must admit. That's the top armor on the map. Plus, I really love that from side of a wolf, they got a lot of the combined damage. They got the pure damage from the Rupture, which prevents someone like from Laundry, for example, or what's more likely, Duxia to move around. They also got plenty of magical damage. Meanwhile, Snaking, oh no, he's completely fine. What I really like about this Bloodseeker that he can farm very efficiently, very fast. You don't need an Iron Talon. You can get on the Falling Blade, and that will be more than fine. Ricky actually evades on the Sentry Ward. Oh, and what's really neat about the Doxia and Ricky combination is how easy you can farm stacks. You're invisible, you got an iron shell on yourself, you're just standing somewhere in the middle of a creeps and enjoying your life.
In the modern lane, by the way, MJW seems to be the target of aggression as Puck joins in. Dreamcoil finds him. He has to use Thunder God's Wrath. Oh no, MJW, poor Nature's Prophet, has nowhere to go. The Savage Roar ensures that he can't even try to TP away like that was possible to begin with. And that's going to be a good kill into the enemy offlane.
Well, at least there is a kill for Culling. Great rotation. Veil of Discord is the first item for him. Oh, and here comes the punishment for Theo Liquor getting vaporized by the Thunder God's Wrath. Zeus, already level 8, both cores from side of a Team Wolf are on top of the net worth, and Zeus outfarms Puck considerably. 500 gold is quite a bit in the beginning of the game, plus almost 40 gold on Bloodseeker, and almost completed Blade Mail. Question is what's going to be next, and here comes the charge on Midas. Rupture is up.
Yeah, with the help of the Nature's Prophet to try to TP away. They need the 17%. They actually don't. They have enough damage to do it without it, as Snaking clears up these creeps, gets the healing he needs, and with that they'll take a tower, probably with MJW's power. Meanwhile, from behind, you see Theo Liquor kind of aiming for this. Ooh, did he take the Arcane Rune? No. Had he taken the Arcane Rune, he might have just died, because the Zeus was there, another one of those greedy plays, so good thing he didn't. And in the end, Team Wolf end up taking a tier 1 in exchange for as well for a Darkseer, all in exchange for nothing. So they're starting to get the snowball going.
What's very interesting that Zeus actually goes for Hand of Midas, one of the that kind of a heroes which you don't expect Midas to be built on, some kind of a either Lance or Force stuff or Yule Scepter, something like this. But Midas and Zeus, that's a topic actually which is quite painful for a lot of mid lane players, and there are a lot of holy words about that, if Zeus really needs his Midas or not. The question is, will he be fine? Here comes the Ricky, but fear, last moment. Yep, Zeus is dead.
Ooh. That was really good.
One last clap. Yeah, one last clap and he is dead. That's pretty good about the Midas Club. I believe they got plenty of lockdown, what's really important. Not only the fear, oh, actually MJW bullies the poor Spirit Bear, but I'm not sure if Nature's Prophet is enough to defend this lane. There are 3 men here.
Yeah, he needs a Thunder God's Wrath to kill the bear. He doesn't really have much damage right now. The bear actually putting a lot of pressure to this tower. In the end, they're just going to force him away. They can't really teamfight with the Zeus. They do rely on him a lot. And that Midas, I'm not entirely sure if I agree with this Midas pickup. Because the Zeus really likes to snowball based on hero kills. He always has a decent farming potential. His experience gain is good, but you don't really need it if you're going for the build he went for, which is Static Field is the only thing you're missing. And the typical build nowadays is still the Aghanims or Aetherlands or Veil Discord or whatever you choose to do, some sort of transitional item into Aghanims, and that's it. Set. You're getting like this great zone out hero. But this all relies, this is not as strong as the early Zeus that went for Octocore and went for Aetherlands, Veil Discord, all these really cheap items to destroy the enemy team. So that means that he's actually going to go for Bloodstone instead. Okay, that's also another, not the most common of builds, but I like it better than Midas.
Yeah. I guess Bloodstone is not only for the additional region, probably a bit more stats, but what I really like about the Bloodstone, oh, randomly finding Theo Liquor, wow, that's a solo kill for Braille and Arcane Rune on him, just randomly passing by and being punished for that.
Have to be very careful with a lightning bolt. Sorry, with a Zeus in general. The lightning bolt can reveal you anytime, and he's gonna use it to farm it sometimes, right? So it's just gonna happen. Now they want to go into the mid lane. They see the puck. They rupture him already, and they charge him as well. He evades the charge, but not the silence. And oh, a silenced puck is as good as dead. It means nothing to the enemy team. As Snaking takes that kill and happily will clear the creep wave as well, increasing his net worth. And you already see the difference in net worth between the cores, right? 2,000 difference between Bloodseeker and Puck already. And the top lane, they want to go into Lelis. Will the charge complete in time? Yes, it will. The Thunderbolt actually stops him anyway, and Lelis will go down to the Arc Lightning.
Well, I guess that will be a fairly fast Bloodstone on Zeus. Well, worst case scenario, it will be less time on a respawn, so he will be able to defend quite efficiently in case of a team wipe. At least some good points here, mid lane.
Snaking uses the silence, and now with help of the Ricky, they might actually be able to kill him. Snaking does not break the Dream Coil in time, but the Winter's Curse saves his life and also deals a lot of damage to Puck. They might be able to kill him anyway. Thunder God's Wrath has not evaded the charge, catches him, and he used the phase shift a bit too early with the Earnest Shadows, might just destroy him. And the smoke screen is really strong, but it's not strong enough to save the Puck. And in comes MJW, still wanting to kill Pekko, does not want to commit too much though, as he knows he could just die. But a fantastic kill on the Puck there, and a saving on the Bloodseeker, who heals back up thanks to his Blood Rage, and now proceeds to take this tower in the mid lane. Another objective that's going to go in the hands of Wolf, maybe more than that, as Lelis is also being punished here. There's the charge, it's going to push him a bit away, the Rupture dealing so much damage, and with the Iron Shell hurting himself as the Blade Mail destroys him. Snaking is now going to be forced to run away. Can he do it in time? No more Thirst, extra movement speed. MJW also being chased by the Ricky. There's the ultimate for the extra attack, and Theo Licor gets a double kill there with a perfectly timed ultimate.
Great rotation from Ricky, and probably too much greed from side of a Wolf. They are playing on the edge, constantly going for some kind of a risky kills. And before that, they managed to get away with it. There was a great Winter's Curse by Wyvern, but now they get punished for that, and they're losing tier 1. Brian most likely won't be able to defend this, yet there is a charge on fucking A.
Oh, fucking A. Charge really hard. Dota might kill him with another strike. Forces him out. No, another strike is for Pekko. Instead, the Vengeful Spirit, the easier target from behind. Nature's Prophet, but he's put in a difficult position thanks to the vacuum. He can't sprout himself away. It seems like Team Wolf were a bit out of sync there as they lose the Nature's Prophet by going a bit too far in. And the Winter's Curse that will find absolutely no one, just stunning out the Darkseer. But Mario's committed to this. Yeah, but walk away. Good job.
Well, that was a very unfortunate TP from the Nature's Prophet. He hoped for some kind of a backup from his team, but you're tipping on the enemy high ground. 4 men already there, a lot of minus how men, you're just a humble fury, and what did you expect, literally? That was a very risky TP from him, which resulted in a death. And what's interesting, he is going for Orchid.
Oh, careful, the Rupture finds the Darkseer. He's also charging again, but they actually don't complete this. And who was going for Orchid again?
Nature's Prophet.
Actually, I think that's a really good pickup, yeah. I was gonna say, I thought it was like a Bloodseeker for a second there. Yeah, I think it's a really good pickup on MJW. In fact, because it stops the Puck, right? Mainly, more than anything. You can also stop the Lone Druid if fucking decides to go for kind of a cheeky... Yeah, because he seems to be going for the old Lone Druid build, interestingly enough. Look at this.
There's going to be a Midas on him plus Radiance later on, I guess.
No, I don't think it's Radiance, but look, he went to 175...
Yeah. Maelstrom, first item. Wow, we haven't seen for quite a while.
Yeah, it's old Lone Druid. 175 attack range is talent as opposed to a 250 health, which is, you never grab that if you're going for the old Lone Druid, or the new Lone Druid per se, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if this is as relevant anymore. With the respawn talent and nerf and everything, lots of people, especially lots of pros, thought that it was not as good. Especially because the level 20 talent, it does nothing for your Lone Druid, or your hero itself, right?
Well, we got all the chances to see how is it going to work out, but this additional 250 health could be good. There is a lot of eye damage from side of Wolf, and Theo Licor is actually playing with death all the time. Bryle checking all the spots with the lightning bolt, and one day that win may be and another kill on Rick. Meanwhile, Winter Wyvern with a double Observe Award running around. Probably he...
This is the ballsiest smoke I've ever seen in my life. He just goes around between 3 people, by some chance does not get revealed with the smoke, and now even might find the kill. This Winter Wyvern deserves a prize for having these insanely big courage. In fact, in the top lane, they kill Spearbreaker. That's not important. Fucking is the important target as they go in. They can't find him in time, thanks to the rage. Rabbit, sorry.
Yeah. He's fairly fast running Also fast, and now that's, yeah, you were completely right. Dragon Lance, Maelstrom, nah, I'm not sure if it's really going to work out. And I'm not sure if the power threats was the build there, because I think it was some kind of a phase boost, no? On that
yeah, you're right. I think it was phase boots, but I think it's interchangeable. The extra attack speed. I see where you're coming from. I don't know. This build is just not that good anymore, so I don't know if maybe he's trying a different one, like the same idea or the same concept, but a variation of it, perhaps.
Yep.
Well, no, we'll see. We'll see how fucking it works. On that note, by the way, an item we haven't seen very often on a Bloodseeker, but it is still pretty useful. Oh, they see Teolikar. Oh, where's the Rupture? They can't find him. Instead, in the top lane, they will get a kill onto Lelis. This global lineup working really well. Anyway, snaking. Scepter. What do you think of this? Stop TP is pretty clever. Also, the Blood Right setup.
They don't have that much of a lockdown. They got a Thunderbolt, basically. Death Strike. Well, Spirit Breaker is a tool of stopping TPs, all in all, and Winter's Curse over BKB. But what's also pretty important, you control Laundry quite a bit. You can spam spells, plus you can get rid of a Silence idea later on, and Aghanim Scepter actually will be a sweet choice. Double Rupture is probably one of the best things which ever happened to Bloodseeker since the moment of his creation.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, many people say, like, this is one of the jokey, gimmicky builds, but no, Bloodseeker's a very versatile hero, especially with the talents. You can go for the extra Blood Right damage, which is very common, because it's 75 pure damage, it's very worth it. And then in level 20, the extra Rupture damage as well, so you actually deal a lot of damage. And the best part about it is that you don't need to grab your own Force Staff. Zeus, for example, great with Force Staff. A Nature's Prophet can do nicely with a Hurricane Pike. A Winter Wyvern does really well with Force Staff, so does a Spirit Breaker. You can have the rest of your cores, and in this case, actually being Bulba Dota, who's going to build the first Force Staff, so they will add damage to your Rupture without you needing to build any items. As I say this, by the way, the Nature's Prophet heals himself up, but, well, no. That Shrine's not good enough, and the Bloodseeker will TP in the middle of 4 enemies. Is this the wisest choice? Snaking wants to fight this with a Blade Mail. He seems pretty confident, and he keeps on fighting against his Darkseer. He's gonna get it with the global lineup, thanks to the Thunder God's Wrath, and he heals back up completely. The Riki is now missing here as he uses the ultimate, but they're gonna kill the poor Vengeful Spirit anyway. Snaking fights to the death, and will get that kill onto the Riki. Does not heal up as he doesn't get the last hit, but the final hit here is the puck. Phase shifts in time. Nether Strike is not available anymore. They're gonna let him go away, but in the end, Team Wolf survived a really good engagement, which looked like a suicidal TP by Snaking, ended up being a really calculated move.
Yeah, with the Thunder Wrath, they dropped that is low enough to heal up Bloodseeker at least a little bit, and he survived on 50, 100 HP, and bam, now he's full HP back again. That's pretty impressive. And if we were talking about the Force Staffs, which are also quite good when you're playing against Ricky to get rid of the smoke screen, which is pretty annoying. Thinking about this point, so there is your Rupture, you're charged, and bam! Not only you get a damage from the bashes of the Spirit Breaker, but you're constantly being moved hit by hit with Never Strike. Actually, that's quite a lot. And actually, I think there will be a lot of fun if there will be an Aghanim Scepter on the Spirit Breaker with the double Rupture. Maybe a lot of fun. It's not only efficient, but it's also... Well, yeah.
I mean, it is kind of on the lines of borderline trolley pub build, right? Aghanim Scepter on the Spirit Breaker. They might work.
Well...
I thought the Aghanim Scepter on Spirit Breaker was not that bad. More than anything, is also the cooldown reduction.
Yeah, especially when you're playing against such heroes as a Laundred, they need to get a lot of control on them, because heroes outside of a Midas Club did quite not bad. Oh, here comes the charge. Solo, he's running alone on the fucking A.
And then the Rupture already, MJW TP's behind him, and fucking A is stuck between a rock and a hard place, eventually destroyed by the Blood Right. As Teolikar, they saw him too, and they know where he is, but they're gonna let him go. In the end, it's an easy kill onto fucking A. Really important kill onto the Laundred.
He's saving up for his Mjolnir. Checking Roche, probably something interesting is in there. Yep, there is something interesting. There is Aegis with an army of treants, plus probably joined later with the Snaky. They know that there is no Dream Coil. Oh, here comes the Winter Wyvern with her Cold Embrace. This is going to be a fairly easy Roche, yet a very slow one. They don't have that much of a damage. From their side, there is no medallion or anything like this, but Force Staff is up.
Oh, they actually killed the courier, so this couldn't happen. The courier had a bunch of items, including some wards and a smoke in it. But the only core, good courier snipe. However, this is going to be a Roshan going down regardless of the guys that Team Wolf, and Aegis for Bloodseeker, I presume. Yep. Good. Also, with this, Bryle finally completes his Bloodstone. He's going to go for an even more classic Zeus build. Screw the Aghanim, screw the Veil of Discord. Let's go for the Blink Dagger. This is Zeus back when it used to be played like once or twice only. Just pure mobility items like Blink Dagger and Force Staff. And oh, bottom lane. Vengeful Spirit being destroyed. There's nothing to say. They orchided her and she was just as good as dead.
Yep, that's actually very interesting from the side of a Doxy that mostly we're used to see some kind of a mech instantly, and after that probably a Blink Dagger or anything like this, but no, there is a Zeus, instantly, Pipe of Insight. No other way around if you want to survive this.
Yep, this Winter Wyvern is dead. Goodbye, Mario. They even used the ultimate there. I mean, Tricks of the Trade really low cooldown, so it doesn't really matter. But, however, they're going to go in anyway. Brawl coming in. They see Teole Core with the Charge of Darkness as well to try and stop his Darkseer from TPing. Will he get there in time? No, he won't! 1 second away. They still kill the Darkseer, so it's support for support. But that would have been a really good play if they got in the Darkseer as well. Ricky, I mean. They killed the Ricky, not the Darkseer. They're both purple and they look the same.
Well, Zeus actually mastered the technique of a no contact fight Midas plus Bloodstone. Why do you need one of these items if you can get both?
Yeah, that's surprising. He went for Midas now though. Like just now. Like 20 minutes in. So okay, Zeus. Alright. I mean, you really want to get that experience. Like he thought of the Midas early on, he said, screw it, I'm getting it. I don't care if you say it's bad, I'm getting it. And I was gonna get a Boots of Travel as well onto him, which is not a bad idea either. I think the Blink Dagger might have been better than Midas, but hey. Okay, snaking. Finds Lelis though. Rupture already activated. Lelis is gonna die. Too much damage to the Thunder Gods from the Wrath of Nature. And in the end, snaking will get another kill onto the enemy offlaner as they try to do the same against the Winter Wyvern, but it's really hard to gank this team when you constantly get counter-ganked by this global lineup.
Yep, that's with the Spirit Breaker and Nature's Prophet, they can appear in any part of a map. Boots of Travel actually grants even more mobility, and well, there are Treants, and there is Treants. There are Zeus with his BOTs.
There are Zeus. That's how powerful this guy is. He's everywhere, so there's multiple Zeuses. That's how it feels.
That's a god. That's a god.
Yeah, exactly.
Though, well, let's take a look at this. Midas Club Elite are unable to fight back now. They're still ages up on Bloodseeker. They're getting rid of the creeps fairly easy with Zeus and the Blood Rite from Bloodseeker. Towers are also falling down fairly fast with Nature's Prophet, and they're actually going for Theo Laker. They scouted him out with the Thunder God's Wraith. Oh, another strike, securing a last hit on the poor Ricky. And, well, there is a Blood Rite on someone. There's a
Rupture on
Lelis. Ruptures. Yeah. Oh, well, he's going to be dead. Oh, Yules?
Yep. Yeah, they used the creep. They didn't mean to do that. He used the creep. Oh, it's so unfortunate, Carl, and that's... I mean, sometimes it happens, you know. You're clicking really quickly and they click the creep by accident, but that's unfortunate. Might have been able to save him.
Yeah, I guess it happens when you're playing with a quick cast quite a bit. Here comes the Winter's Curse. Okay, that's a dead puck. Blood Rite set up as well, perfect, and fucking it will be silenced and destroyed. This charge is still going for him. They don't care if he's been swapped. They're gonna go for this poor lone druid. He doesn't have his true form anyway. He has a really low HP, and Zeus is coming into this. They still have the vision of him. One more Arc Lightning will get through the trick, and Bryle still fighting against everyone. It's Bryle against the world. They lose the ages, and the cow charges down to the fountain, gets the kill onto Vengeful Spirit, and will survive the fountain's attacks. They managed to destroy everyone in Midas Club Elite, and now proceed to take their structures as well. What a disrespect. What a fantastic play by Wolf there. Well, the Aghanim Scepter for Bloodseeker actually died. Beautiful vacuum! But it's not enough. Rupture as a punishment. Bye. That's a GG. Unfortunately, they were unable to do anything. Wolf snowballed so well with their lineup, and the space which was granted for the Laundred was not enough. Old strats are rolling today. Yeah, but this time the old strat did not work out just as last time. The lone druid going for that build just didn't seem to be effective. And the Bloodseeker, on the other hand, with the new Aghanim strat, he didn't even complete. It doesn't matter. The Bloodseeker played really well. And let's not forget the two supports for Team Wolf, which I'm pretty sure carried their game. Them and MJW's insane map awareness. Their global lineup worked so well because MJW's sprouting Nature's Prophet is out of this world. That said, guys, this is the first game of the day, the first game of the best of two, of the last best of two of the day, and we will be back shortly with game number 2 between Midas Club Elite and Team Wolf. This has been ProDota Cup American region.
I hope you have enjoyed the game. Of course, we're all sponsored by XBet, so feel free to check those guys out. And if you did enjoy the cast, feel free to check us out on Twitter at DSwordfish and at ProDota, and give us a cool follow if you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, feel free to tweet at us and tell us why, because, you know, we're always open to suggestions. Anyway, that said, guys, we'll come back soon with game number 2 between Midas Club Elite and Team Wolf. That'll be the last game of the day, so strap on your seatbelts and get ready to enjoy some good quality Dota.
blood.
Your middle tower is falling.
You think Kaka knew I stole his rum?
Watch my head!
Hey, little buddy, it's in the bag!
XBet, best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines including Dota and CSGO, casino and live dealers. Highest payouts, 100% bonus on your first deposit. Wanna become as rich as Alchemist in a few simple clicks? Start playing on XBet.
Everything's better with Scepter. Oh, yeah!
Radiant victory.
Best odds for esport and live betting. Unique gaming lines for all esport disciplines.